So what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan, back at it again. Wanted to talk about. So what I wanted to do today is talk about seasons and how you should understand seasons and not get frustrated when you don't get anybody. Okay, so there's different types of ways seasons work. So there's like seasons when you join a group, right? So let's say I'm a dancer, right? So let's say I join a group of dancers to do practice, right? The first couple of days will be cool because the people will be polite and nice and happy to see me and have smiles on their face and shake my hands because they don't know me. And they're trying to be nice to me, so I'll stay around and kind of get to know me. After a couple of days, they're gonna be more monotone towards me, unless you're a really good dancer or you're like some girl has fallen head over heels for you. Most people are gonna be monotone, be like, oh hey, how are you, blah blah blah. They're not gonna really be like pushing it to be your best friend, you know what I'm saying? And that's because they get to know you, they get to know what you're about, and they make the decision whether or not they want to be your best friend or intimate with you or whatever. And if not, they're just going to be monotone, and that happens a lot. And I don't think you should give up when that happens. I think you should still be trying to be social and just keep your head up. Another good example of seasons is like, when school first starts, right? A lot of people, they go back to school at a certain time, and people are nice and polite, and they meet some girls and make some friends, but after a week, the season starts to end, and it just starts to become monotoned. And maybe you're not hanging out with those new friends you made as much. Maybe it's just like, kind of like, oh, hey, how are you? And then you move on, And there's a lot of things like that. This happens. We see this all the time in life. This is going to happen with like the seasons, and it can't be helped. It's always going to be like that with seasons. That's just how life is. And you have to not give up when there's a bad season. Just don't ever give up. Don't ever quit. Don't ever surrender. Just look at it like it's a season. It'll change. It'll pass. And that's it. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Just the season will change. Now I have a habit with my seasons, and I know what I've done wrong before. Like generally, sometimes I'll break up when I've broken up with women before. I will run out there and try to date everything that moves and talk to everything that moves. And at first, it'll be cool or whatever. I'll meet some girls or whatever. But then, like, after that, it'll start to slow down and I won't meet nobody. And I think that's because when you first go out there to talk to women or whatever, you'll have a fresh... You'll have a fresh look on your face, fresh expressions. You'll have this aura about you that you don't know what's going on, and you're so excited and happy. And people pick up on that, and they're like, oh, okay, this guy's cool, whatever, And then after a couple of weeks, you get in the habit of doing it, and then it kind of turns monotone because you're not going to have that happy aura. You're not going to have that excited aura because you've already made predictions on what's going to happen. And so, that's happened to me a lot. And it's just not to give up. And what I noticed, like even my in my life, I've given up. Like I'll go out there for the beginning and have this aura about me, and people like me for the first couple of days, and I'll get somewhere, and then after that, it'll kind of go downhill because I start making predictions, like I just said. And then what ends up happening is after that I get bored. And then be like, you know what, screw this. And I go and hang out with some kind of religious group or hang out with some kind of group of potheads or something stupid, Find some people that I can get attention with that aren't really girls, that are just like, they'll give me attention. Where? And the problem with that is you know, I'll be on the path with other people and I'll quit to go hang out with, you know, some group that's not really helping me getting girls or whatever. And then what'll happen is I'll have friends that were riding along with me, and they'll, you know, barrel through it, hold it out, and then end up in a relationship. And I'm like, how did that happen? And they were like, well, I never quit. You know, they'll look at me, well, Jonathan, when you know, got bored because nothing was happening and you joined a church or whatever, and, you know, basically cut your balls off, you know, I was out there hitting the block every day and talking and learning and moving out, and I never gave up. And I had a friend that recently happened to. When I had quit and gave up, he's now in a relationship. And it's like, really? So just remember, don't give up. Don't surrender. Don't just let go. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to be in a situation where you just kind of keep your head up, because it's hard out there. Everybody knows it's hard out there, but so there's some things you could do that may help it. Thank you. There's some things you can do that may help your situation. Thank you. So I think one thing that could help your situation is, instead of going to the same nightclub when you go out maybe once a week, you could try different clubs. That way it doesn't get monotonous. That way you don't always have these expectations that don't get filled, and then you have a rotten look on your face. You constantly go to new places, you don't know what's going on, you're all excited and blah, blah, blah. And everything in there is going to make you happy. Everything in there is going to turn you on. And I think that's a good thing to know. I think one thing you have to also realize is when, like, you find a social group that's kind of, you reach that monotone point where they know who you are, and it's just like you guys are just acquaintances. It's like, okay, cool. Like, all right, you know, it's time to maybe stop putting all your energy in that group and start just walking out and going to other places and talking to other people. You know, you don't have to stay in that same group forever, you know, just stuff like that. Like, you understand that the season's going to be slow and prepare for it. So, like, if you're going back to school, you understand, okay, I got a week. All these, you know, I'm going to make a good impression for a week, maybe get a lot of girls to talk to me, maybe get some, you know, school clubs going on. And then after that week's over, just prepare to be ready to hop on online dating if nothing fails, if all else fails. You know, be ready, okay, this is only going to last a week, and then it's back to maybe like street game like once a week. Or like, you know, maybe get another club going on, you know. You have to know how to manage it, because, again, these seasons are going to hit you. And then when the seasons hit you and it's not going your way, you're going to want to, you know, stop. And I made that mistake, and I hope you don't make that mistake. So, yeah, that's the video for today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. All right, peace.